Athens, Greece, on this beautiful, beautiful evening. I'm going to show you my view. This is from my hotel in Athens, Greece. Hang on. Right around. Our port is somewhere over there for tomorrow. Beautiful sunset, hey? Wanted to show you guys what I've been up to. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Look, look. They had a fire or something down there. So, the reason why I am in Athens, Greece is my husband and I, for our 25th wedding anniversary, married 25 years together for 31, it was our anniversary. And so we decided to do a Mediterranean cruise together, leaving from Greece. I guess a bunch of Greece touring, the boat stops off, and then we're going to be going to Turkey and also Rome and Naples and a bunch of other places. So keep an eye on my YouTube channel. Now, there's a 9-hour time difference, so it's 7 o'clock right now. It is evening sunset. We get on the boat tomorrow, but I'm gonna try and do as many lives as I can with you guys. So, aw, Melina, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Franz is a pretty good guy. I still like him after all these years. As wives, we have to love our men, but we don't have to like them. And I think that that's pretty important when they're your friend, not just your partner, not just your husband. So yeah, he's my best friend. And I wanted to let you know, so I went to the Parthenon, I think it's called, where the Olympics started, and the birthplace of the goddess Athena. And I got to tell you, there's some pretty amazing energy there. You could just feel it when you put your hands even near the rocks and stuff. And yeah, it's 5000 AD, and some of the stones are from 500 BC. Well, I'm sure they all are, but that's how long ago it was formed. So it's pretty neat to be able to see something so incredibly ancient. So how have you guys been? Thanks so much for jumping on. I know it was extremely last minute, but I wanted to show you guys where I am and take you along with me. Traveling, I've been bit by the travel bug in the past few years, and I think it's pretty cool to go, and wherever I am, I do a blessing and I do a prayer and I do a meditation. And I believe that certain places will show up at certain times in our life because we need the little, I don't know, activation or download or whatever energy that sacred space has to offer. And so I've yet to find a church yet to go pray in, but I will. We'll find some churches, especially in Italy. I heard they're absolutely everywhere on every street corner. So I'll definitely bring you guys to a church with me and we'll go say a prayer together. But I hope that the internet's okay and you guys can see me okay. I don't see any chats or any comments really coming up. Melina or Ellie, if you're still there, let me know if everything is working okay still and you can hear me. Yeah, I hope Canada is doing okay. I don't know if this is working. Uh-oh. Oh, perfect. I hope you're going for a visit to Damien when, if yes, much greetings from me. I wish you and your husband, thank you. Beautiful holiday here in Europe. I absolutely love Europe. And I have to say, okay, if you live in Europe, you'll know what I'm talking about with your Fairy Fresh laundry detergent. So my senses, I am super sensitive with my nose, and smells bring memories instantly to the surface. And if there's one thing that I absolutely love about Europe, it's the Fairy Fresh laundry detergent. My cousins use it, and it's like every second European that I'm walking past smells like my cousins in Ireland. And it's it's nostalgic for me, because if you don't know my story, my mom passed away 20 years ago. And when she left Dublin, Ireland, she never went back. And so I never met a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, nothing on either side of the family, because both my parents were immigrants. And I kind of wanted to know where this came from. My psychic abilities. I needed to know, like, what I knew my mom was very, very psychic, but she was petrified of it. So I didn't, I assumed it came from her side. But anyways, so I did my Ancestry.com and I did my 23andMe. And I have one of those beautiful stories that ends happily, where both sides, I've been able to meet cousins now on both sides of my family. I met my first cousin, my second cousins, and third cousins all in Ireland, in Dublin, Ireland. And I was able to go and place roses on my grandparents' graves, and so that was absolutely amazing. And while we were there, they were up for it. We all held hands around my grandparents' graves, and we said a prayer for ancestral healing. And so that was a huge highlight in my life, was to be able to meet them. And then just this summer, actually last month, I got to meet my cousins for the first time, who live in Florida, on my father's side of the family, and they were just as amazing. And I really hope I can see them again. I hope to God I can live in Florida at some point. That place is awesome. So that was my good ancestry story, was that I was embraced. And yeah, it definitely comes from my mom's side of the family. But I have a cousin who's also doing life coaching, which I find really, really interesting. He does men's life coaching down in Florida. I'm actually going to interview him on my YouTube channel at some point. Yeah, it's fascinating to see where this stuff comes from, right? But anyways, much love from Black Forest in Germany. Wow. Celine, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. Normally I'm up in Canada, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I haven't been to Germany, but I gotta tell you, in grade 7, I watched Schindler's List, and that scarred me. I truly believe that I have a past life in Germany, and yeah, or else I've got someone else's memories, because I've got memories of Auschwitz like you wouldn't believe. I've never been there, never seen it or anything, but I could draw out the schematics of it. Who knows? Maybe it's from remote viewing, but my whole life I've had two constant recurring dreams of dying, and I remember both situations. And one, I remember being inside of a concentration camp and seeing all the atrocities, and having every hair shaved off of the body. It was like crazy what they did back then. But that, and also of me being a soldier and getting executed. And what's interesting is, I remember, and always I would have this dream as a kid, where I was running through the forest to get to my cabin in some forest. And I knew that my wife was there. And I knew that she was 8 or 9 months pregnant with my child. And I'm very careful. I'm going through the woods. I'm really being careful. And I get to the cabin, and I see myself going through the door. It's a big log, not big, but a log cabin. And I can see her with her long, dark brown hair, long brown hair in a braid. And I see her in this white dress, and she's pregnant. And I go up behind her, and I put my arms around her belly, which is so weird that I have a memory like that. And she's looking out the window, and she goes, they saw you, they followed you, you've been followed. And I'm scrambling around, and the next thing I know, they come into the cabin, they grab me, pull me one way, pull her the other way, and I'm on my knees with my hands behind my back, and they shoot me point blank in the forehead. And as my body's going down, I can feel myself pulling up out of my body. And what's interesting is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I was born with a little hole in my forehead. Right where I remember being executed. So that's trippy. And I had that dream of my wife in the cabin in the forest since I can remember, since I was very little. So it's an imprint. It's something that used to wake me up at night screaming. So Newfie, what you doing in Greece, Patricia? I'm going on a cruise, Mediterranean cruise, and we will be in Naples on my birthday. My husband's family is from Naples, so I think that's really cool because I was able to meet my family on a very important date 2 years ago, and now we're going to Naples, where Frenzo's family is from. So picking olives. No, but I ate an olive today, and it was really good. You got a new job, didn't you? Just kidding. I'm thinking about visiting Skopelos. I've totally probably butchered that this summer or fall. I gotta say, Greece was never on my bucket list. My husband really wanted to go here, but I'm really glad that I came. It's absolutely beautiful, and the people here are so kind. I thought Canadians were kind. Oh my God, we got nothing on the Greek people. Like, I'm telling you, these are the kindest people I think I've ever met. All of them. I have not met one nasty person here. My husband forgot his little adapter for the plugins. And so this morning he went out to get one, and the guy says, we can't use the machines today, for the credit card, because it's Saturday. Banks aren't open on Saturday or something. I don't know. So be aware of that. But yet we were able to use it elsewhere. So anyways, that's what the shop said. He says, my husband, take it. And because my husband's like, well, my cash is back in the room. So he goes, take it. I know an honest face when I see one. And sure enough, my husband went back to pay him. But like, who does that? You don't get that in Canada. So our story in Germany is heavy. A lot to transform here, even ancestral healing. Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of scared to go to Germany because of those dreams that I had. And when I watched Schindler's List, and I would have those dreams before Schindler's List. So when I had Schindler's List, I could not stop bawling. They made us watch that when I was 12 years old in grade 7. And that gave me nightmares for years. I still have those dreams occasionally. So it's bizarre. It's an island in Greece. Well, I got to tell you, I hope that all of Greece is on your bucket list, because I'm just getting started here, and I love what I see. Love the people. Prices are cheap. I'm wondering how much it is to live here. Pricing everything out because I have my EU passport. And guess what, you guys? Even the best part about finding my relatives in Ireland is we are going to put together one heck of an international retreat. So if you decide to come with me, you get to meet my family in Dublin, Ireland. We are going to rent out a castle in Ireland and stay there. We're putting it together, going to be about 14 days. So if you've ever wanted to see Ireland with an actual real psychic who's legit and who can read the energy of the land, plus be with locals that know the history, know the stories. My cousin is the greatest historian, and so I think Fran is the perfect one to take us on all the ghost tours and the walks and everything. Like, that is gonna be a bucket list adventure for sure, bucket list trip. I try to make my retreats as amazing as I can. Like, if I only have these people one time in this location, how do I make it so flippin' amazing that they'll talk about it for years? So in my retreats, I try to include as much bucket list stuff as I can. So, wow, past lives, Patricia, that's got to be jarring. It is. I dreamed once I was a soldier of some sort. Another soldier shot me in the arse with a crossbow. Wow. Isn't it funny what we remember? Like, honestly, it's just the most bizarre thing. It really is. Why that? even when you're doing past life regression. And, for people who think it didn't work, it's crazy where your mind goes. Why do you see what you saw? Right? It's funny because I paid once for my husband to get a past life regression done. And he comes out of the session and he says to me, he goes, yeah, I don't think it worked. I think I was just using my imagination. That's what he says to me. And so I said, well, what did you say? What did you see? And he goes, yeah, I don't really remember. I think I slept. Oh my God, you guys. I listened. A couple weeks later, I listened to the taped recording and I couldn't believe it. In his recording, he was bragging about being the world's greatest pilot and his plane was going down, but he lived through it and he hurt his legs. He said he was walking with a cane after. Well, guess what? Even in this life, my husband has completely demolished his knees. And again, from falling, which is trippy because past life scars or past life imprints. So if you're a parent, never allow your kids to go to those trampoline parks. If you've ever been to one, picture this as the trampoline, right? All around it are pads. Those pads are only about 1.5 inches thick. And then it's cement underneath that. Well, when my husband was bouncing in the air, a kid bumped into him and pushed him and he landed on the pads beside the trampoline. Both of his kneecaps were shot 6 inches into his thighs, and he was out of work for a good 6 months. So if you or your kids like your knees and your arms, because I've broken my arms on a trampoline, my one son broke his ankle, my husband lost both of his knees because of it. The totally reconstructive surgery. He'll never run or jump again. It's completely severed the connections there. So don't let your kids jump on those trampoline parks. Yeah. Anyway, so it's interesting how even in this life, his knees have been trashed. If you're in Rome, maybe you want to go to Sardinia to visit the pyramid. Oh, I didn't know that. Or to Bosnia, the Valley of the Pyramids. That would have been cool. But we're only going to be porting 1 day in each place. We're porting and we booked tours, but I can't remember which tours we booked. So I'll take you guys with me. I'll pop on. So as long as you're cool with being able to just pop on really quick with me live, and if not, you guys can watch the recording after. But it's way funner, totally a lot more fun when we can interact and talk, and you could ask me questions or whatever. The energy today. So I said my prayer, I did my meditation at the Acropolis, I think it was called. Frenzo, was that the Acropolis? Acropolis and Pantheon, I think that's how you pronounce it. It was where the original Olympics were. I'll post some pictures and stuff after on my Facebook or whatever. Anyways, it's been amazing so far. So, Newfie, I find past life regression intriguing. Yeah, me too. Michael Newton has some really good books about that. Life Between Lives, where he hypnotizes people to go into the in-between. He regresses them. It's quite fascinating. It is. Because like I said, where do these memories come from? Or these fears, that we come from if we're scared of snakes or anything. Where does it come from? Where's that fear come from? I think that we've been on this planet many times. Hopefully this is my last trip. Hopefully I don't need to keep coming back. Yeah, I think that we've definitely been here before, for sure. So, okay. Does anyone have any questions or anything? I want to be able to find somewhere sacred where I can do a live meditation with you guys. So as soon as I find one, I'll pop on and I'll go live so that we can do a nice little healing meditation together. So, okay, well, I won't keep you guys too much longer if you don't have questions. However, let me show you my views one more time. Hold on, for anybody who hopped on and didn't get a chance to see it. Okay, check this out. Athens, Greece. Isn't it cool? Melina, definitely put it on your bucket list. You and Connor should come for sure. It's quite old. Like really ancient here. Like I said, the kindness is out of this world. The guy at the front said to me, he goes, whoop! He goes, yeah, go for a walk in the residential section. He goes, and they'll just pull you into their house and offer you tea and start feeding you. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Aw, thank you, babe. I love you, Melina. Miss you. I wish you were here with me. I went sailing through Greece for 4 days. It was the most beautiful waters I've ever seen. I just came back from the Cayman Islands, and I said that about the Cayman Islands. I think that the Cayman Islands are the most beautiful waters I've ever seen so far. Very family oriented in Greece. Yeah, I noticed that. Super, super nice people, for sure. I was gonna say something else, and I forget what. Oh yeah. Okay. So for any parents watching this, because someone said about the past life thing. Okay, let me explain about kids who remember. Hold on, let me put this thing down. Okay, if there's anybody who's watching this, oops, how do I get this to stay? Okay, if there's anybody who's watching this that is a parent and you want to get the memory of your kid, who they were, before they forget it, before about the age, right? There's a small window, right? When they learn how to talk and form sentences and before they forget is usually about between 3 to 5 is the best age to do what I'm about to say. So think about it. When we're coming into our body, you know how babies will flail in their sleep? Their startle reflex is quite strong. The reason why it's so strong is they're not locked into their body yet. When a woman is pregnant, the soul is not inside of the womb. It's floating. It's floating in and out and in and out. It's not locked in. The soul of the baby, the soul is huge, massive. So it's an integration that takes a few years. So they're floating in and out. The startle reflex is when they come back in. They get jerked back in. And I know this because I astral travel and I know how to have an outer body experience, and it's the startle reflex that keeps you from leaving your body. And so when you're seeing a baby sleeping and they're jerking, that's actually them coming out of them and getting jolted back in, coming out of them and getting jolted back in. Think about it. When was your first memory? No earlier than like the age of 3. We don't remember pooping in diapers and breastfeeding off our moms, right? We don't remember any of that stuff because we weren't fully us yet. Maybe I was John Smith from a past life and I'm floating into Patricia Mona, coming out John Smith, floating into Patricia Mona and going, WTF, what's going on? Crying my eyes out because, oh my God, who is this person now that I'm breastfeeding off of? You know what I mean? Think about it. What is a baby thinking of when they are crying and screaming and, you know, they're warm, they're fed, they're all of that, but you can't get them to stop crying? Is it because they're John Smith remembering and going, oh my God, who am I, right? They have full access to their memories still. So as you start having this massive soul going in and into the body, as the child is growing, you grow this, the body grows into the soul, or this, not necessarily the soul growing into the body. It's the body finally absorbs and grows, the soul fits. That's when the memories of who we are, so Patricia Mona, that's when our memories start to kick in and we develop our memories. And that's why I say usually between 3 and 5, 3 and 4 even, is pretty much the earliest memories that we can go to unless we are doing some form of hypnosis. So what you want to do if you've got kids or grandkids between the age of 3 to 5, you can get their story out of them. So what you do is you get them into that nice little meditative state. that in between, you know, I'm almost going to sleep, but I'm still alive, I'm still awake and alert. And you tell them, okay, instead of me reading you a story tonight, I want you to tell me a story. I want you to tell me a story about when I was little and you were big. When I was little and you were big. They'll tell you all about who you were to them in a past life. Listen to the story that they make up and feel into it. You'll see yourself in them. Okay, Rebecca. Patricia, did you go to the EE system south of Calgary? Do you recommend it? I would like to try it. Guess what? May 31st, I'm going for the very first time. They've asked me to be a guest there and do a guided meditation and singing bowl and guided meditation there. So come. If you haven't signed up yet, it's through their website, realizeyourmagic.com, or else realizeyourmagic.ca. I can't remember. I think it's .com. Anyways, the Alderside EE system. Yeah, I'm going to be a guest there. So if you haven't tried it yet, wait until May 31st and come. And I'll be playing the singing bowls and doing a guided meditation. I think it'll be really cool. I have tried the EE system before. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of Rife therapy. Now, the EE system is very similar to Rife therapy because it uses frequencies and it uses beneficial frequencies that it can help to heal anyone, right? Whereas with Rife therapy, you can use targeted healing, where we'll say you've got arthritis. You can use specific arthritis frequencies to not just alleviate the pain of arthritis. You can help to reverse it and heal it as well using the frequencies in Rife. Whereas with the EE system, it isn't targeted frequencies, it's beneficial frequencies. So it's kind of like taking a multivitamin for your body, if that makes sense. Look up Bruce Lipton and theta waves, dream state waves for the first years of development. Ooh, thank you for saying that. Yeah, it makes me wonder if that's why kids' imaginations are so wide, because they have access to everything. They really do. That must be why I have reoccurring dreams of my past lives until I was age 5 or 6. You know what? I remember flying through my ceiling and feeling the popcorn ceiling on my bedroom, and going straight up through the roof and seeing and flying and flying. I said to my husband, I said, for my 50th birthday, I'm jumping out of an airplane. I am going to go skydiving. And he says, I don't like the feeling of falling, because we went bungee jumping together. I dragged him. And I said, you know what? I love it. I love falling because it reminds me of astral traveling, but in my meat suit. Aw, Melina Isabel is there. Hi, Isabel. Hi, Isabel. Auntie loves you. And by the time I get home, you better be saying Auntie. The brain doesn't develop alpha waves or gamma waves until after age 7 or 8. Interesting. So these waves are consciousness waves. Theta waves are dream state waves. Oh, you teach me. I did not know that. Thank you. That is really, really, really cool. Really good to know. So they're way more up in the clouds until the age of 7 or 8. We shouldn't even try grounding them, and teaching them, into this reality. We should be teaching them more about spirituality in the first 7 or 8 years, I think. I think so. Okay. I'm sure you guys have the whole day that you've got to get going for. I hope it's nice weather wherever you are. Hope it's nice in Calgary. Look at my view one more time. Athens, Greece. Okay, guys. Remember, I will be doing little pop-ups like this all over the place wherever I can. Hi, Tatiana. Thank you so much for jumping on. I was actually just about to sign off. But thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on with me. I really, really appreciate that. I'm absolutely exhausted. We left at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and we got here at 2 a.m. last night. So, yeah, I'm going on like no sleep. Oh yeah, and adrenaline because we were up at 8. So I'm gonna go hit the sack. But I love you guys, and I will pop up wherever I can, whenever I can. I'll pop up on the ship. I'll show you guys my room. So tomorrow, I'll do another live at some point tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. Maybe I'll set it up. Maybe I won't set it up. I'll just have to. You guys will just have to keep an eye out on my pages. But thank you so much for watching. I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.